Should you leave Chicago for Phoenix? Today's video is going to compare Chicago versus Phoenix. Hi, I'm Amy Hayslett and I'm a realtor here in Phoenix, Arizona. Welcome to my channel where I talk about life in Phoenix and the real estate market in Phoenix. If you're new, go ahead and subscribe, and if this is the kind of material that you want to listen to, hit that notification button because I don't want you to miss a thing. All right, let's get started. All right, I'm back in my Phoenix gear. So both Chicago and Phoenix are big cities. Chicago is the number 3 largest city in the country, while Phoenix is the number 5. But Chicago is losing people while Phoenix is gaining people. In fact, here in Maricopa County, the county where Phoenix is located, we've been the fastest growing county in the country for 3 straight years, according to the Census Bureau. And many of those people are moving from Chicago. The top cities for people moving into Phoenix are first Tucson, Los Angeles, and Chicago is number 3, making Phoenix like a second city for ex-Chicagoans. So why are so many people leaving Chicago for life in Phoenix? I think the 2 key reasons are pretty obvious. Number 1, it's got to be the weather, and number 2, the cost of living, including the lower taxes. So weather's got to be the number 1 reason. I know growing up in Rochester, New York, which is really similar weather to Chicago weather, I was more than willing to give up the cold winters for the hot summers of Phoenix. So if you're looking for more sunshine as an example, Phoenix is going to give you 211 days of sunshine versus Chicago with only 84. Okay, so Phoenix definitely beats Chicago when it comes to sunny weather, but what about year-round weather? Are you willing to trade the cold winters for the hot summers in Phoenix? Well, let's compare Phoenix to Chicago month by month. And if you look at the highs in Phoenix versus Chicago, I think you're going to find that Phoenix is going to beat Chicago with 8 months that are pretty nice compared to about 4 months in Chicago. Okay, so that's the comparison month to month. What do you think? Phoenix versus Chicago? I know for me, I was definitely willing to give up cold winters for 4 hot months of summer. All right, cost of living is another big reason why so many Chicagoans are leaving Chicago for life in Phoenix. Let's start by comparing taxes in Chicago to Phoenix. Starting with property taxes, according to the website Wallet Hub, Illinois is one of the most expensive states in the US for property taxes, coming in at 2nd versus Arizona, which is 12. In fact, according to the website, the effective real estate taxes in Illinois was 2.31% versus Arizona, which was 0.72%. So that's a huge difference. Also, the overall cost of living, according to Best Places, is higher in Chicago than in Phoenix. Now let's talk about traffic and compare Phoenix to Chicago. So both cities are not great when it comes to traffic. They're both large cities, but Chicago really is worse than Phoenix when it comes to traffic jams. In fact, a recent Texas A&M study ranked Chicago as the 8th worst city versus Phoenix being the 17th worst city when it comes to traffic congestion. Chicagoans spend about 61 hours wasting away in traffic versus 51 hours for Phoenicians. The other thing too here in Phoenix is we don't have to deal with winter driving and what it does to the roads as well in terms of potholes. We really don't have a lot of potholes here. In fact, on many of our freeways, because of the climate, we have what's called rubberized asphalt, which makes it very smooth driving. So I would take Phoenix over Chicago when it comes to the traffic and driving conditions for sure. So even with all these reasons, it still might be hard to leave Chicago behind. After all, Chicago is a great sports town with great sport teams and great food. But that is one of the reasons why many Chicagoans are coming to Phoenix. Here in Phoenix, we have our spring training with both the Cubs and the White Sox. So you get to follow your favorite teams. And if the Cubs, Bulls, or Bears are playing here in Phoenix and you're at a game, you'd think you were in Chicago. The fans from Chicago drown out the fans from Phoenix because there's so many Chicago sports fans here. And as far as food, we have some great Chicago restaurants that have opened up out here, or Chicagoans who have opened up their own restaurants out here. For example, Luke's has great Italian beef sandwiches, hot dogs, and lots of other Chicago fare. We also have some great pizza places out here, including Lou Malinotti's. And by the way, Phoenix is becoming quite the pizza town. Now, I know Chicago is known for its pizza, but check out this video I did about Phoenix pizza places, including Spinato's, which bought the recipe from Aurelio's, and they're a chain that's opened up here in Phoenix. We also have Portillo's, which now has 3 locations throughout the valley. So there's lots of options for great food and watch your favorite sport team for Chicagoans that are moving to Phoenix. Those are some of the reasons why so many Chicagoans are leaving Chicago to move to Phoenix. Now I want to hear what your opinion is on the subject. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.